Many years ago, I was speaking at an internet marketing conference, and it was a 2-day conference. We had a group of amazing speakers, and I was actually the first speaker. I was first speaker in day 1. And after my presentation, I sat down, front row seat, kind of VIP sitting at the front, and I would just pay attention and take notes. And the second speaker came up on stage, and about halfway through his presentation, I stood up and walked towards the very back of the room. And people thought, is Dan leaving? Is he going back to his hotel room? Which could be the case because I spent a lot of energy in the first segment, right? When it's during my speech. But that was not the case. I was actually walking towards the back to sign up for the speaker's education because he had an offer that he was talking about. Now, no one moved. I was the first one to move. And the staff was asking me, well, Dan, you don't know what the offer is yet, right? I said, it doesn't matter, just here's my credit card, put in my credit card. He said, but you don't even know how much it is yet. You don't know, is it a workshop? Is it like a group of DVDs? What kind of package? Is it a book? You know what it is? I said, it doesn't matter, just put in my credit card. And he did. After he finishes filling the form and everything, right? I walked back, sat down, front row seat, taking notes again. And I did the same thing for the third speaker, fourth speaker, and the rest of the speakers that day. I bought everybody's education. And at the end, one of the staff couldn't help. He said, Dan, I don't understand. Like, why are you investing and buying all these courses? Like, don't you teach into the marketing? I mean, you're an expert on this subject. I mean, look, I saw your presentation, I saw your screenshot. I mean, you make millions of dollars online. Like, why are you buying all these courses? I looked at him as a reply, I said, duh, how do you think I get to be successful? Because I invest in myself, right? I'm always investing in myself. I'm always looking for that edge. So how do you tell a good story? There is a story. Let me give you 3 secrets today. When it comes to storytelling, one of the best way to draw people in is not just telling them, hey, you should do this, you should do that, and you should listen to me, and this is what you must do. A much more powerful way, more persuasive way to do it is to share the same lesson, but in a story. So, 3 keys. First secret is time and location. With any good story, you notice a lot of fairy tale starts off with what? Once upon a time. Once upon a time. So if you can take the viewer, you can take your audience to a place, a time and place when this happens, and you want to be very specific. You don't just be like, okay, that kind of happened so many years ago. No, you want to kind of take them to that place. You want to kind of set the tone and set the stage. So in the beginning of my story, I share with you, many years ago, I was speaking at an internet marketing conference. So I want to create that mental image. Oh, you can visualize, imagine me on stage and speaking to a large group of people, right? That's setting the stage, time and location. Number 2 is you want to be very specific in your story. I like to use dialogues because dialogues are so powerful in storytelling. It pulls the readers, you put the listener, the reader right into the middle of the scenario. Put in a comment, how many you could visualize me talking to someone in the back of the room about the incident, about what happens, right? He was asking me questions. So dialogues immediately puts your listener right in the middle of the action. Very powerful thing to do. And number 3, just with any good story, right? Secret number 3 is what's the moral of the story? What's the transformation? What's the one takeaway that you want the listener to have? In my case, is invest in yourself. And it's invest yourself when you don't even have to. That's the key. That's the difference between someone who's unsuccessful and someone who's successful, right? Over the years, I've learned people who need the information don't seem to be seeking it. Guess who are the ones who don't invest in information? The ones who are struggling financially. The ones who are successful, we are always investing in ourselves. So that's the moral of the story. So 3 secrets to brilliant storytelling. So comment below, tell me how you're gonna apply this. Next time, maybe you are closing, maybe you're writing a piece of copy, maybe you are doing a speech. How could you apply these 3 simple secrets in your next communication, your next message, your next speech, your next communication piece? Let me know.